with our experience of the previous pandemic we've been involved in, with the AIDS and HIV pandemic we've had in the early 90s, we learned a few lessons as a church. And I thought maybe we could help by giving us some perspective and some focus as a church by use of a graph that we used in those days. The graph looks like this, and we have on this side, you have your health. And this is over time. Now, in the beginning, one's health is quite high. I mean, we are healthy people, and we live a healthy life until a certain stage when the virus impacts us. Either you contract it, or you are impacted through your family, or through your business, or whatever. In this time, the virus is within our midst. This includes the 14 days incubation period, until a point where you come into the zone C, and that is where it becomes a medical problem. You become ill, and it becomes a medical thing for you. Your health deteriorates rapidly, and then there's a last part where, for some people, it leads to death, which is in zone D. The question is, where should the church be? How should the church be involved in this pandemic? Now, as we take these 4 zones, I want to give you an idea of what the church can do in each of them. In the A zone, we are the healthy people. We are the church. In this zone, there's one thing that is required of us. The good Lord asks us to love God and love our neighbor in the zone A. And this means you have to build relationships. Love is a relational word. You have to build your networks. You have to build as a church your networks in your community and in your congregation. And you have to build it ecumenically, especially. In the world that we are now in, and in the crisis that we are now in, ecumenism is probably the most important thing in your community. Get involved with the other churches in your community as well. While you are healthy, while you are setting up your systems in your community. When we get to zone B, this is the danger zone. This is the bad part of any epidemic, because this is the not knowing part. You don't know who has it, and it could be a time bomb. It's very large as well. You don't know where the virus is and what is happening. In this case, the church has to do advocacy. Advocacy is the most important thing in this sector of the graph. And the whole idea is to get this zone to become smaller. And we do that through the measures that's already been taken by staying at home, washing your hands, practicing good hygiene, putting on masks, staying away from others, and by knowledge as well, gaining knowledge on the virus. A further important thing, which is just starting to roll out now, is screening and testing. In the HIV pandemic, that was very, very important, to get this zone as small as possible. I believe that we as church at the moment should work hard in zone B, and that is to bring advocacy, knowledge to people, and to advocate what is being done. Zone C is a medical thing. We have to leave this to the medical practitioners. We have to pray for them and support them. I think that's the role of the church. We have a pastoral job here as well, to give people support who are ill, and but the main job is being done by the medical professionals. So give them all your support you can in zone C. And then, of course, when death comes, it is for sure the task of the church. This is where we come with our message of hope, of everlasting life, where we come with bereavement counseling, where we come with the message of the gospel that Jesus Christ has given us everlasting life. I hope that this graph helps you, to give you perspective and to orientate the church on what to do during this time of a pandemic. Thank you.